you're going to be required to have a special ability of learning when you're a child, because if you get a special part in a job and you don't know what to do, then you're probably going to get fired. But if you know what to do, you can get hired and get a good opportunity.
I think, and this is just my opinion, that if you do games and you're learning at the same time, it sticks in your brain.
So you're not just sitting down and looking at a board with a teacher that sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher, the movies. I think I learn more if I have other people doing it with me, because then I get to learn how they like to do it and not just to keep doing the same way I like to do it.
Doing experiments helps me learn because I actually want to learn now. I mean, like, I want to learn when I do experiments, and I'm more motivated to learn.
I love waking up in the morning, going to school, and having fun, because I like having to do hands-on things, and sometimes when I just lose it, sometimes I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do next? It comes to me when he does different things.
I like that you get to work in groups and you get to share other ideas with people.
We know that we can't educate our students the way that their parents or grandparents were raised. We need to prepare them for the 21st century, the skills that are going to help them to be successful in the year 2020, the year 2030, and beyond. That's why we pulled together our community to develop our strategic plan that we call our Design for Excellence 2020.
There are 3 goals in the Design for Excellence. The first goal is academic excellence. The second goal is 21st century learning and technology. And the third goal is citizenship and core values.
And we support these big ideas with project-based learning, which is authentic learning for our students, blended learning, which merges the best of face-to-face instruction with technology, and service learning, which encourages our students to get involved with our community.
Project-based learning is really student-centered. It focuses on the entire curriculum, all the core disciplines, and it is something that as well focuses beyond the classroom. It's a type of learning that incorporates all learners, visual, kinesthetic, auditory learners, and it brings their learning styles and what they learn to real-world applications.
I'll give you a great example. Last year, my second grade worked with Henricus Park, which is an outdoor museum, and they were learning about the content that's in their second grade social studies curriculum, but they took it to the next level, and the folks from Henricus came to us, taught us how to make the fishing nets that the Native Americans used, and then in turn, our students created several of those nets, which are now artifacts at the actual museum, and we had one that we got to keep here at school.
The children are guiding their own learning, that they're investigating a question that they find compelling, so that they're answering something that's of interest to them, as opposed to me telling them, this is what we're doing now. So if they're answering a question, they're invested in it, they're doing the investigating, the finding out about things, as opposed to me just telling them, these are the facts, this is what you need to know. I think it's a lot deeper learning than a more traditional approach.
Blended learning is when we combine technology with a traditional classroom setting. Students receive face-to-face instruction, but they also have access to digital content online, either during the school day or while at home.
This is absolutely the next step in education, being able to take the technology that's available to all these students, whether it's a PC on a desk at home or a laptop that they have at home, or even on their phone. A lot of these pieces of technology just kind of blend in right with what they're already using. They don't have to worry about leaving a textbook or leaving a sheet of paper or losing an assignment pad or anything like that. Wherever they can access technology, they can get to it. Some of these kids have jobs after school. Some of them have different schedules that allow them to work sometimes and not others. So they're free to work when it's convenient for them, and it sort of allows their education and the rest of their lives to fit more naturally together.
It's really silly, but the talking heads of this cat and this dog that I've created with my voice has them thinking that this is the most hysterical fun thing they've ever done. And
that gets them engaged in my lesson and it makes them want to do their homework. I've never had such positive homework participation.
I have students that go home at 4:03, they're logged onto the computer, they're already doing activities at home. They come back to school, they're a little bit ahead of where I would have wanted them to be if we were just doing it at school. So we can actually move quite a bit faster through some lessons. Most of my students have a computer at home this year, so I'm lucky in that aspect. The ones that don't, I'd be sure to try to get them on the computer first here at school so that they have just as much opportunity to participate using the blended learning and the computer.
On the main screen, you should have a button that has the word course on it, and underneath it says Rosetta Stone. Good for you, Rosetta, you found it.
We are aware that our students want learning experiences that allow them to see the value of knowledge, but they also want opportunities for growth in their community. So the combination of community involvement, service opportunities, really becomes a K-12 expectation for our students. And it allows them the opportunities to grow emotionally and also develop the skills for the future workplace.
So in our unit right now, it's our unit on citizenship. Our kids are working with a local agency who takes care of refugee families when they come to Richmond. And they really needed easy to read, understand, very detailed walking maps that our kids are creating for them to be handed out to every refugee family that comes to the Richmond area. With this citizenship project, I had a student come up to me and just say thank you. Thank you so much. This is the best project I've ever done in school, and I really appreciate you letting us help other people. And then a couple other students have come to me outside of class and said, this is great that we're able to help these people. What else can I do to help? So it's already kind of spawning a little bit more thinking and problem solving with these kids because they're on their own accord now reaching out to figure out how they can continue to make a difference.
Service learning goes both ways. It is a joy and mutually beneficial to mentor students in their own development and learning, and we benefit from exposing them into the workforce. We all make that a priority because we believe in making the community a better place to live, play, and to work in the future.
The effects of the Design for Excellence reach across the curriculum. Students will be learning significant content and also acquiring 21st century skills to solve real-world problems through inquiry and problem solving.
Success on state standards is not good enough for our community. They want our students to be internationally prepared, and we want our students to be prepared for life.